everything just goes bonkers, okay? And of course, this is something I'm saying now because I'm confident in, but I didn't say it in the past because I used to have something that's called astrophobia. Good afternoon to all Minecraft veterans, North Carolinians, ladies and gentlepugs, everybody alike. 'Tis I, your lord, the King Pug Gaming, and welcome back to episode 28 of North Carolina and Minecraft Season 2. Much at the moment, I'm currently being attacked by phantoms. But yeah, what you saw right behind me was obviously Greensboro's tallest building, 80% complete. And I say 80% complete because there's only 3/3 of the walls completed in the building right now, and it's missing the pyramid and the light that's right on top. But yeah, from that spire you can tell it's taller than Durham's tallest building, but still shorter than Charlotte's, Winston-Salem's, and Raleigh's. It's also slightly dwarfed by Jacksonville's just by the spire. Look, kiddo, I know you're off of school today, so because of the special holiday, here's a trivia question. What is MLK Day? Martin Lawrence the King Day? RUN! You already know, throughout this entire series, we've been adventuring and preparing for final battles. But this time around, I feel like, while doing the preparations, I can tell your jokes. Yeah, there's Greensboro's tallest building. It's almost done. Can't believe it. So for the first half of the episode, I decided to get some more emeralds from Swansboro because, well, I need some. And also, got a quick question. How many of y'all are fried chicken fanatics here watching the channel? Notice how I said only fried chicken, I wasn't specific. Because if you talk about the wrong type of fried chicken, there may be an issue. Like if you say Popeyes is from Kentucky, some people are gonna get mad. If you say KFC is probably from Louisiana, you're gonna get mad. To me, if you say Bojangles is from any state besides North Carolina, guess what? From me, you're gonna get stabbed! Not really, that's just for a joke, y'all. Now, fried chicken fanatics watching the video, if you are ever in need of fried chicken and you like other states outside of Kentucky and Louisiana, stay away from all Bojangles in town. That is my fried chicken. It is all North Carolinians fried chicken. That is reserved for your 9-year-old son Zachary, who was born in Raleigh. It's reserved for everyone from North Carolina, not just you. Trust me, if I'm right behind you and you have Bojangles and it's probably the last in stock, I am gonna take it. No questions asked. I am taking it. Yep, if I see it like, ooh, I got all the Bojangles to myself, I'm like, that's mine now. I promise you, that fried chicken and it's from Bojangles, I'm gonna be the first one to take it from you. Because I'm mean with fried chicken from Bojangles, like, you have no idea. Well, I know some of y'all then be asking me, well, if you like Bojangles and you're from Jacksonville, North Carolina, a coastal city, why don't you then go eat some seafood? I like seafood every once in a while, because for certain people, seafood makes you gassy, okay? It's not for everyone. I can respect that opinion. I like it, but I don't eat it all the time because I know my limits. Like, in July of last year, I went to a little restaurant in downtown Wilmington that's called Elijah's. Very popular right on the Cape Fear River. It's delicious, I tell you. Don't want to miss a beat of it. I mean, literally, some of us are able to handle seafood very well. Some of us can't. We know who we are. You don't see us every day just going, ooh, seafood, I wonder what's gonna happen there. Nah, that just doesn't happen. We don't guess what's gonna happen. We know if we can't handle seafood, we just try it once, like, yeah, we know what'll happen next. Some say having certain foods is a death sentence. I personally disagree. I tend to have certain foods, and I happen to like them. Which is uncommon for me, because most of the time when I hear about certain foods, I dislike it because of the texture. Like mashed potatoes. I like potatoes because of the normal raw potato shape and the taste. Mashed potatoes? I like the taste, but I don't like the texture, that's all. Well then if you like potatoes, why don't you eat sweet potatoes? That's a carrot! You ain't gonna fool me with that, you son of a gun! Potato fanatics don't get fooled by anyone when someone says sweet potato, they're just fried carrots! We know what a potato looks like, we know what a potato tastes like. We don't just look at a potato, see it's orange, and then just go, oh, this is a little sweet. No, it's a carrot! Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. I know I told this story in a Hungry Shark Evolution video, but I'm gonna just tell it again. I went through a tornado on January 22nd, 2017 in Albany, Georgia. I did, yes, and lived. Surprising enough, I wasn't too close to it. It was just a normal sunny day in the surrounding area of southwestern Georgia, very close to Albany, where I just feel like nothing could have ever gone wrong. And then bam! Suddenly, a large thunderstorm hits the area. Everything just goes bonkers, okay? And of course, this is something I'm saying now because I'm confident in, but I didn't say it in the past because I used to have something that's called astrophobia. Because I know most of y'all don't know what that is. That's a fear of severe weather, okay? And it's real, it exists. I know it's real because I had it before. I'm like, oh! And I wasn't just like, oh, that's very freaky. I'm like, oh my god, what's that? Yep, I was like that before. And of course, when tornado stuff happened, I used to get trolled as a kid because my friends actually knew I had astrophobia. And every time when they say tornado watch, I would just go, Jesus Christ! And everyone would just be like, whoa, I didn't think he would scream just like that. But as I got older, I just realized, okay, this happens naturally, so no big reason to fear it. Okay, Puggy, that's kind of crazy that you had something called astrophobia, even though you want to be a meteorologist. That's crazy. No, it isn't crazy because I have it. It's because I know a lot of people who have it. It's pretty common. It's a childhood fear, which I don't find weird. In fact, some of my closest friends have astrophobia. And yeah, I just happen to know. Sometimes when I'm in the mood, I'm gonna be a bit trollish. Yep, if I happen to figure out what you're afraid of, and then I just realize what is the best thing to do to freak you out, oh, I'm evil. Now back to the Albany, Georgia tornado story. You know what happens when you drive through an area with an EF4 tornado right in front of you off a certain exit? The astrophobe becomes gay for 15 seconds. I'm not making it up, it actually happened. I felt scared. I was real scared. Like literally. I've never been through a tornado before. And then as soon as I heard that, what was that sound? But as soon as I heard that, I was like, you could call me a brokeback North Carolinian that time. Yes, you could. But just be careful. If you happen to want to be a meteorologist, you must conquer astrophobia. Being accepted into society as a meteorologist. Like literally, you can't have someone just go into work and then see that severe weather could happen and then just yell Jesus Christ, and then you just walk up and say, hey buddy, what's the matter? Why are you shaking in your boots? Just be aware he is gonna say, I'm afraid of severe weather. Alright? First of all, you're a meteorologist. How can you be afraid? Seriously, my man, how can you be afraid of severe weather? It's not like this stuff like this happens every single day on a de facto basis in every country. Every time when severe weather happens, you see a bunch of heavy rainfall on top of you, and then you just suddenly start screaming, I'm melting! No! That does not happen! But then I just have to give him advice and say, listen buddy, you're 29 years old, okay? You were trained for this. What you think is possible throughout this scenario can become impossible. You trained for this. This can't happen, okay? There's no such thing as a completely catastrophic disaster. I know some of y'all are fearing that right now. If any one of y'all has astrophobia and you are fearing the deadliest severe weather scenario, like possibly two EF5 tornadoes in one spot, there is just one thing you can do. One thing that can prevent all catastrophic disasters and such as that. Here's the move. Go underground. What are you waiting for? That's the only move. You just go underground. Bam, nothing happens. Sure, you may lose your home, like... Ah! Ah! That was my only house! No, it wasn't. There's many across here. Like, seriously, if you are a meteorologist and you have astrophobia, no one is gonna take you seriously. We're just gonna keep going on about our normal days, like da-da-da-da-da, going out to observe severe weather. Okay, time to go back inside. Alright, I know what to do. But then the astrophobic just stands out there like... Ah! Oh my god, Phil, get inside already! You gotta conquer that fear, man. Conquer astrophobia, you may become a great meteorologist. You can't be a great meteorologist if you have astrophobia. Keep that in mind. See, the one thing that most Southerners like about our region is one of the things that can kind of make us cowards in the end. And that was obviously the weather, which I just spoke of multiple times. So yeah, we have good weather, sometimes we have bad weather. That's what makes us cowards sometimes. Is that when it's the winter and we have good weather, and it's actually relatively cold in some parts, we're just like, oh my god, it's 37 degrees! Should the schools even be open right now? What is this? Is it even snowing? It's already cold enough! Where's the snow? You live in Florida. It doesn't snow that often. And in terms of country, there are parts of the country that are a little bit more creative with the countryness than others. North Carolina isn't one of those parts. I mean, we have country people, but it doesn't sound as country as you'd expect here. I'm gonna be honest, North Carolinians don't have that strong of a southern accent. Like, hey, where are you from? I'm from North Carolina. You're from the north? No, it's a southern state. Why would I be from the north if I'm from North Carolina? Because okay, I'm not gonna talk to you. I mean, North Carolinians, we do have that accent, but it just isn't as strong, like I said, as Alabama or Texas. And, yeah, it's an obvious fact. But there is a few things that makes our accent a bit distinct. Now it's time for me to educate you. There are 5 North Carolina accent dialects. There's Virginia Piedmont, North Carolina Piedmont, Outer Banks, Coastal Plains, and Appalachian! What's the difference between all of them? Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you. Virginia Piedmont and North Carolina, nothing changes. You just have the normal southern accent. Like, hey, how you doing today, buddy? Hey, none too bad. What about you? Yep, nothing changes in both areas. You talk to someone from Greensboro, Raleigh, Charlotte, Concord, Gastonia, guess what? Nothing changes. The accent stays the same. It doesn't matter where you go. In the Virginia Piedmont, North Carolina Piedmont, nothing changes! And then you get to the Outer Banks. That's the first one to change. You expect someone to just be as soon as they are just riding about on the jet ski right in the banks of Dare County. They don't do that. Apparently sometimes they just yell it out in an Australian or British accent like, "Hoi toida!" Like, what the heck? Who says that? Who was that? Is there an Australian or Britishman here? And then we see it's a countryman that's just shine high-tider with a hat on, like, okay, that's who it is. Coastal Plains is a little bit different. See, with Coastal Plains, my accent dialect, we take out with any word that ends in the letter R, we take out the R and replace it with an H, so that way we keep the word going on. Just keep in mind, if we have a little bit of a thing, then it's going on forever. Like the word letter. We'll keep it going on forever. There are plenty of words that end with the letter R that we can replace the letter R with the letter H. You just heard me do that like 15 times. Letter. And then you have Appalachian. What's the difference with that? It's basically a normal southern accent, except over there they call red squirrels boomers. Just be careful. Just be careful when you say boomers around certain people in Asheville and Hendersonville, okay? They may take it the wrong way and think you're talking about them. You look in the trees, you see a red squirrel, and you're just like, "Hey, it's a pack of boomers!" And then the old man's like, "Wait, you son of a gun, why did you have to say that? I know I ain't a boomer! No, we're talking about you, old man. We're talking about the squirrels. Oh, carry on. Yeah, be careful. We can twist your words up pretty fast without even knowing. And then compared to our neighbors, there's like, yeah, well, what does North Carolina have that our states don't have? Excellent beaches with little to no shark fatalities. But then there comes the hurricanes. Then it happens, and then that's when your life will begin to flash before your eyes with sharks. It will, yes. Just keep in mind with the amount of scars on your body that could open up from any accidental cuts again. Yeah, just be cautious of that. You feel like you are safe from a hurricane, you are in a hurricane shelter, and then you feel like everything is fine. And then power's flickering out. Okay, hurricane just made landfall. A lot of houses are gone. People are probably dead already. Animals are just swimming for their life like, where are the humans? And then all the sharks are just swimming in like, time we make you our seafood. Reach the area. That's the second time my life would flash before my eyes. First time at a tornado in Albany, Georgia. Second time during a hurricane with sharks. I feel like I'm safe. Oh, that's a shark fin. Okay, I'm about to die. I love coastal areas, man. I just hate that there's a lot of visitors sometimes. I'm from coastal North Carolina. We get visitors every now and then, but most of them don't go to Jacksonville, Greenville, or Morehead City. They go to Wilmington because it's a fascinating and historical city. Never been to North Carolina? Wilmington's your first destination. I ain't gonna lie. It is. People love Wilmington. It's a very beautiful city. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I love Wilmington. Went there this summer. I loved it. Went on the USS North Carolina. I did, yes. It was a pleasant experience, but not for the fact that most of the door frames were very short. And I gotta say, the issue is, there were not a lot of tall people in the military during World War II. But then there's too many visitors, and you feel like you are gonna get everything mixed up in one spot. Like, schedule for work. You wanna go out with your fiance to dinner that's in a different city? Yeah, that just happens. That just brings up certain drivers that we hate. New York has New Jersey, Connecticut has Massachusetts, Georgia has Florida, Alabama has, Tennessee or Mississippi, and then we have South Carolina, okay? South Carolinians may drive us bonkers, but not as much as Floridian drivers drive me bonkers, okay? I've had my experience with Floridian drivers, okay? I'm on my way to work. Speed up already! It's a 65! Come on! Got places to be! And then it happens again on the interstate, and it's an 80-mile-an-hour speed limit. And then you see someone going 70! Come on! Like, there's no way to change right now. There's too many trucks! Speed up! Come on! I have a date at 7! Speed up! Who cares? You take the next exit anyway. It doesn't matter where you are right now. You just take it. You want them to take the next exit, and then you realize, oh, that's actually you. Oh, what a shame. Looked like I did much. But hey, it was an enjoyable episode for me. And you're wondering why? Because I was happy to make y'all laugh. So, yeah. Kiddo, hope you had a nice Martin Luther King holiday. Just remember, don't procrastinate. School's back in session tomorrow. So then, I hope y'all have enjoyed watching me lose my sanity. And as always, thanks for watching, y'all. Have a nice day. Stay pugtastic. Really, because now I'm about to go watch some more Angela Sarukas. Wait, Puggy, don't you be touch? No, it's Sarukas! He didn't touch anybody's mom!